Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Columbus, Ohio. In the previous episode, we finished up the 2031 NHL draft, and if you didn't watch that, I would recommend going back and watching how good of a draft we had, especially in the early rounds. With the later picks we had, we were able to acquire a lot of young talent, and I want to go through it. Let's see, where do I start? Let's start with Makinen, our second round pick, second overall in the second round. Center, 18 years of age, 77 overall. Crazy. Then you have Caleb Dietz, who was a guy who I was quite unsure about. He was a 1-year ETA, and I am so glad I gave him a chance. 75 overall. Medium top 6. Crazy. Then you have Christian Smiles, right winger. 73 overall, medium top 6. In the first round, we selected Dietz, Smiles in the first round. So that great picks to start. Then we had Francis Swift in the 5th round, 155th overall. Great pick there. He's a bit older than his counterparts, but I can't be too upset with that kind of pick. Then there were a few off ones. I mean, Anderson and Manning might be good trade chips in the future. Finger, Milosh. Zimmerman wasn't too shabby of a pick. 63 overall, top 4. So after that, I mean, we had Byers, who was a low elite, but it was a very good draft. I am very happy with the draft that we had. Now, the draft is over with. We have to worry about the cap, and we have $10 million to play with, but there are a few things we have to figure out. Obviously, let's start with Samuel Girard, 33 years of age, 83 overall, and he wants $6.8 million. And I am not about that contract. He can go make his money somewhere else. So I'm sorry, but we have young talent here who want to play on this team for a reasonable price. You've helped us win 2 Stanley Cups, or we traded for you for Askarov, so, I mean, it worked out. It did definitely work out. I'm sorry to see you go. Release him. Isn't that funny? We lost Studnicka, and then we lost Samuel Girard, who were the 2 guys who came back in that trade. I could be wrong, but I think we got a first out of it as well, who I can't recall who that turned into. So, but it worked out. We won 2 straight Stanley Cups. I can't be mad. We might be able to spend that money somewhere else, maybe acquire another top defender, because we have a lot of medium elite goalies in the system that I'd be willing to trade this offseason. So, Pack Ashlati, what does he want? Something reasonable? $2 million? Well, I'll hold off on that. First, I want to sign Sonny Milano to a deal, $1 million over 2 years. Obviously, sign that contract right away. He helped us win another Stanley Cup. I can't be too mad. Let's sign these depth guys here. Let's give them contracts. Douglas, who I would like to bring back. 1.5. I can hold off on him right now. Filatov, if he wants to come back. No. He doesn't want a 2-way deal. Sorry, goodbye. Coletta, does he want something? I'll give him the max. Reinhardt, I'll release him. Simmons, I'll release him because he doesn't want to come back. Winquist, I want to bring my boy Winquist back. He was really good. So I'm going to go ahead. If it's a 2-year contract he wants, it's a 2-year contract he'll get. Okay? Shirelli doesn't want to come back. I'll bring this guy back. Can't say his last name to save my life. Foster, bring him back as well. Just go through all these guys. Make sure we get them back on the club. Okay, so the only guy I'm not signing right now is Pakashlati. We'll think about that. No RFAs this year. That's interesting. Offer a contract to Samu Makinen, who might make a push for that fourth line center this year. If he's a two-way forward, power forward guy, then he might be the guy to go with. Yeah, it looks like it might be the guy to go with. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to offer him a contract. Dietz also offer, I mean, he's in the W. So we can leave him for a year. Smiles, we're also going to leave. Swift will bring on because he's an American. And then everybody else will leave. Yeah, Zimmerman can stay in the U.S. for a year. Goaltending might be a different story. We'll give him a contract. Anybody else here that I want to give a contract? No, not really. I mean, there's a goaltending controversy in Columbus because then you have this guy, Sadu, coming up. Ceci, Kavanagh, Hedman, Methot, Lapierre. So definitely interesting. We're going to advance the day. I did sign a few scouts off screen just to bring them on. Give them a minute. There's a few of them that had to come back. I had to re-sign. So Makinen decides to come on. Yep, Milano, dope. Clark rejects the contract. Cool. Foster. Well, goodbye, Foster. Oh, Winquist. I'll let you go, and then I'll re-sign you in free agency. Like, don't play these games with me, boy. You will not win. Clark doesn't want to come back. Say goodbye to him. Foster, go compete somewhere else. Winquist. But I feel like he's been a stud with us. Especially in the playoffs. I don't know. You know what? Screw you. Screw you. Release him. Okay. Now, do we go ahead and sign Pakashlati? Because I might want to give it to Makinen. He might be the... Oh, there's a few other guys contending for a spot, right? Let's see our center depth. Main roster, we have Rosswo, we have Schulz coming up, we have Makinen, Piton. There's a few guys. There are definitely a few guys wanting to be on this roster. So I'm gonna let go of Pakashlati. I mean, you see his stats. He's a decent player, but he doesn't fit that fourth line center position. I feel like he's been a liability. Once we acquired a depth two-way forward, it really turned things around, so I don't see him helping us out right now. So I'm pretty sure that ends free agency. There's a few scouts. Obviously, boring stuff. They do their job. They did a fantastic job this year, though. All I'm going to say. But here we go. I want to see our coaching staff. Is there anybody that we have to re-sign? Nope, we have to sign an assistant head coach or an assistant coach in the AHL and a goalie coach in the NHL. That will not be too hard to deal with. It'll be easy peasy, lemon for breezy. So let's sim to free agency. We have $10 million to work with. I know people are asking for ridiculous amounts of money in 2031, especially in free agency. So let's see if there's somebody willing to come to Columbus at a cheap price. We are a winner. Here we go. Is there anybody here in the free agency market? There are a few guys out there that are quite interesting. Werenski might be a good guy. I mean, Girard, 83 overall. He wanted $7 million, which is, I'm not comfortable giving up that amount of money. Is there any guys that slipped through the draft? Leonov, who I'm pretty sure was our guy that we traded to Carolina. Yeah, it wasn't too bad for them, but that's kind of funny. Anybody else here? Holmstrom, not really. No. No, any goalies? Any goalies here? Perzinger, who ain't too shabby of a goaltender prospect, but we already have so many other goaltender prospects, so it isn't really worth it right now. Interesting. Ingram. We don't need goalies. That is off the... I don't care. We don't need a goalie. But we have $10 million to work with to acquire a player, and I would rather go with a defenseman, because that's what we're weakest. I mean, we're not weakest at it, but out of all of our players, that would be the weakest part. I mean, after Werenski, it's not great, but let's go ahead and see if there's anybody on the block that I would maybe want to bring over, potentially. Let's go ahead. Skaters on the block. Start with good old Anaheim. Paling, Zegras. Nope. There's like a superstar out here. We have a lot of players that we could potentially trade for those kind of players. We have the assets to do it, for sure. But what is out here in the NHL in 2031? I mean, the league has lost a lot of talent, but there's also a lot of new young guys that I am unsure about. Tyler Benson, Edmonton. Edmonton, we beat them so bad they want to trade their players. Okay, we also want to go a bit cheaper. I mean, not super cheap. I mean, my cap is... Oh, Jeffrey Woodworth. What's his first name? Joseph. And he's Canadian. So, interesting. Anybody here? Jesper Bratt? Nope. Nothing super interesting here. York? I mean, that's not... How long is he locked up for? 1 year. That wouldn't be too bad of a player to acquire, but it's 1 year and then he'll last for like $8 million. So let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Tampa Bay, they want to get rid of a few guys, but none of them really fall into our depth charts. I mean, not really. The only thing I'm looking for right now is a bona fide defenseman. Cal Foot, right-handed defenseman. 2 years, $6 million. I mean, would he fit in? Third pairing defenseman. We did lose Winquist. I mean, that might be a guy to go for. I mean, 2 years left on 6, which isn't a bad contract. Let's try to swing a trade here. Do they have any trades? Wow, they want a lot for him. Okay, let's work my magic. Do they want a goalie? Because we have a lot of goalies. Who wants a goalie? We have every goalie in the books. So let's go over to Washington. I know you're probably not supposed to trade with your in-division rivals, but they're a rebuilder. You can tell. Or they're hopeful. They have their stars, but they're in a retool sort of thing, so they probably want younger guys, I'm assuming. So let's go ahead, try to acquire Cal Foot. I think he'd fit in. I think he would fit in. So, let's see. Anything down here? Anything interesting? Goalies? Any goalies that they want some goalies. Okay. Okay. Who's the worst? Let's go with Boro. I want to do that trade. Definitely do not. We have a pick next year that they want. Give them our second. Not our second, but different team's second. Come on. Trade has been accepted, Calfoot. Welcome to the Columbus Blue Jackets. It might just be a guy for a few years, but I think it definitely helps out, and we have a bit of cap flexibility headed here into the next season. So I might want to look at that soon, because now we have Cal Foot. So how much is Winquist asking for? Let's see if he's asking for ridiculous amounts of money. Eno Martins. Eno Martins. Where did Detroit? Wow, they gave us a first for that. Cool. Wow. Jarvin, where are you at? Jarvinen. Not Jarvinen. Why did I say Jarvinen? I mean, Winquist. 1.8? Well, I mean, we don't need him. We don't need him. We don't need him. I'm sorry. We don't need him. Hey, you want a contract? Goalie, AHL goalie? NHL goalie coach. NHL goalie coach? Yeah, how much money do you want? Man, woman? You want that? Oh, come on. I know you want to come to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now we need an assistant head coach for the AHL of L. Let's see. Who has the best teaching skills? Other than... Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Come on. So we got a generalist in... Let's give it to this guy, the younger guy. Sure, how much money do you want? That much? How much more? We got plenty of money. Give him that. That'll work. That'll work. They should come over. Easy peasy lemon Fabrizi. I ain't too worried about that. Let's go ahead, advance a day. Ooh, Grigor Denisenko to the Colorado Avalanche for Engren and a first. Is Florida rebuilding? I mean, good for you. Ariana Crombine, welcome to the club. And, what? Was it assistant? Am I stupid? Am I blind? I must be an NHL ref. Oh, I must have gone with, oh, yeah, probably. Let's go with A. Teaching skills. A+? No, I gotta go with the guy that's not a goalie. Nah, let's go with this, forward guy. Works for me. Peter Tipikinen. Welcome to the club. You should come over. Easy peasy. Lemon Fabrizi. I should stop saying that. It's quite annoying. Let's advance a day there. Just come over to the club. Come over to the club. Robbie Fabry to the Montreal Canadiens for a first-round pick, a right-winger prospect in Loke, and a 6th-round pick. Awesome. Welcome to the club, Peter. Can't pronounce your last name, though. So I'm going to go ahead, simulate to the next season, and I will show you the lines, and maybe we'll do a bit of simulating. So after a bit of finagling, I think I have found the roster I want to go with. So let's jump right into it. This is the 2031-2032 regular season lineup, and this is what it looks like so far. First line, nothing has changed. Wow, it sucks to see these guys getting older. You know that? It's really, really weird to see Jeffrey Woodworth as a 29-year-old. When we drafted him, he was 18. He was a young stud in this league. 61 points, 42 goals, 50, 40, 30, 40, 30, 30, 40, 40, 40, 50. The guy's a stud. He's a captain of this team, and he's going into his, I don't know what season this is for him. He's been playing since 2021. This is his 10th NHL season. Good for him. Gotta love him. Savoie and Waugh. So they're a +3 line chemistry, so Woodworth is playing at a 98. Savoie's playing at a 99, and Waugh's playing at a 96. That's incredible. Second line ain't too shabby either. Fallon, Dubois, and Giroux. Fantastic line. They're all +3. Then you got Milano, Big Texas, and Zadina. Big Texas, 32 years of age. He's starting to drop off. Medium top 9 potential now, $4 million for the next 6 years. I don't think he's going to make it through that contract. I really want him to retire as a Columbus Blue Jacket. But if he doesn't keep up the production, he has slowly been dipping these past few years. I hope he stays a relatively good player, but we have a lot of young guys coming into the lineup. Maybe he's going to be a good fourth line center for the rest of his career. Because speaking of centermen, then we have Zach Piton, who we got from the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for, I have no idea, 27 points last year in the AHL, 21 years of age. He looks like he's a very solid two-way forward, power forward guy who is going to fit in very nicely into this lineup. We have a lot of center depth. Then you have Matt Goring, and then you have Boris Kachuk. On the defensive side, we have Stukam, Jarvinen, 20 years of age, 86 overall. This guy's just going to keep getting better. He already has 2 Stanley Cups under his belt. Already came into this league. Wow. Are you kidding me? He has a Stanley Cup in his rookie season and a Stanley Cup in his sophomore season. He's looking for another Stanley Cup, you know that? Then we have McAvoy, Carlos, who was the guy that we drafted 2 drafts ago, 5th overall. We traded up for that pick. I'm glad that we got him. Abel Carlos is going to fit great here in Columbus. Orpik, and then Calfoot, who we traded for this past offseason. Goaltending-wise, now, you know how I said we're going to have a goaltending controversy here in the near future? It has arrived. 288 overall goaltenders in net. Vyacheslav Kavanov and Cece. 23 years of age. He might be the guy to go with. But I hope both of these guys get great or an even amount of playing time this season. Now, that's not it for the goalie controversy, but first I want to show you our scratch players, Joey Anderson and Lin Vu, who we did draft a few years ago. So welcome back to the club. In the AHL, you got Jean Methot, 22 years of age, 79 overall, medium elite goaltender. You'd be like, how is he not in the lineup? Well, here's why. That's why. Kim Hedman, 24 years of age, 80 overall. Edgar Sidhu, 22 years of age. Now, I want to take Hedman out and put Methot in just because he's the younger guy, and I'd rather go with him here in the future. So it's going to be a problem here. Maybe we have a few trades in the works later into the season when teams are willing to trade their superstars. Now for the starting lineup, Menino, Roswo, and Novikov. That was hard to say. Heward, Makinen, who we drafted last year, who's going to make the NHL lineup next year. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Emil Schultz, Nystrom, Janinla, Kaleta, Mizak, Pavlik, and Hornquist. Defensively, Schrubert, Krebishkov, Franzen, Eichel, Salada, and Jakola. So we have a decent, very good AHL team. Now in the NHL, I didn't show you the special teams, 5-on-5 or 5-man power play unit, 4-man penalty kill. It's looking pretty good. 3-man, and then extras, 4-man, 4-on-4 continued. 3-on-3 is looking like that. Looking really good. Do I put Jeffrey up there? No, I'll keep them like that. Extra attackers, like that. And then shootout, like that. Now, this team can't get much better. Maybe I have a few trade ideas here in the future. But before we even start simulating this episode, we have a rough offseason ahead. It's a whole calendar year. But there are a few guys up this offseason. Let's look at all expiring. First, we have our franchise defenseman in Stu Cam. Now, obviously, we are going to extend a contract to him, 7-year deal. I'll do it. $13 million. Hopefully we can get him on a cheaper deal here. Please just accept it. Be a team leader. Because they all want a lot of money. So we can get him for 11. We are a very expensive team. We are very expensive. So we can give him 11.7 over 7. And then we have Pierre-Luc Dubois. We can definitely get back 8 mil for 3 years. Let's extend a contract to him as well. Might as well. I'd rather just get the UFAs out of the way just because we have the RFAs under contract, or we have their rights. So they can't just leave without us acquiring something. I'd rather, because then we have Giroux, Jarvinen, all these other young guys that we can just make sure we can deal with them accordingly. Now that is a few $1 million, so that's $20 million right there. Yeah, so we're going to have to worry about these other guys here later in the year. So I'm not too worried about that. Both of our starting goaltenders in the NHL, Kavanaugh and CC, are on contract for 2 more years. Maybe that is the cap for this team, or for the goaltenders. Maybe that's when we call it and find who is actually the starter. But for now, I just want to get into simulating. We have our first game against the Anaheim Ducks. Stu Cam agrees to his contract. Come on, Pierre-Luc. Come on. Come on. Come on. I offered Pierre-Luc Dubois one, right? Pierre-Luc Dubois, awesome, accepts his contract. Now I want to check how much money we have before we start in the simulation. Maybe we can get one of those other RFAs under contract. I'd rather go with Jarvinen because I think he's gonna want more money. So we can get him. Let's do the deal. I'd rather get one of these RFAs out of the books because by the end of the year they're going to be asking for ridiculous amounts of money. So we can get them for 5.185. So we'll give them 5.2 just to make everything happy. And then Giroux will deal with at a later point. I don't think he's going to ask for a ridiculous amount of money just because his offensive stats haven't been great. He hasn't been an offensive weapon. I mean, he did win the Calder, so right now, we are only worried about winning back-to-back-to-back Stanley Cups. That's all I'm worried about. Now, in this episode, I want to simulate up until... Oh, Milano was injured. Jesus, okay. He's fully healed. Good. Don't get injured, Sony. Oh, my God. So the preseason is over with. We go 3-1. Hopefully that isn't a sign of things to come. Let's start off this season well. We have our Stanley Cup. Why wouldn't the Stanley Cup champions have their first game on home ice? So we can raise the banner. Cool, EA. Thank you. First period, 1-1. Giroux gets on the board, and Numelin gets on the board for them. Second period, 3-1. Wow. Do we do this every year? Where we crap the bed in the first game of the season? You know what? We have a long season ahead of us. We're a playoff team. For sure, if we miss the playoffs, I will throw myself off a balcony. So, Zadina pretty late. I don't think we'll tie it. And the Ducks will win the season opener. I'm upset with that. I wish we would have gone out there and just pummeled them, but whatever. Let's simulate through half the month. Let's just get most of it over with. We're a good team. We should not struggle. 7-1 victory against the Jets. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Another win. Pick up another one. Buffalo Sabres, we lose in the shootout 5-4. So we're allowing a lot of goals. So hopefully we can calm that down with a 2-1 win over the Ducks. 3-1-1. Leafs, a shutout to the goaltenders. I spoke too soon. 5-2 loss against the Flyers. Now, who is projected to be the first overall pick this year? Looking like it's Johnny Bertuzzi. What a name. What a name. Looking like he's going to be pretty good. Yeah. Looking like he's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a good draft for other teams, not for us, because we are definitely a good team. Robert Rousseau was injured in the AHL. Head coach replaces player. 5-4 shootout win and a 6-2 victory. 6-2-1. Let's go ahead and finish the month and check the stats. Because this episode I want to simulate up until maybe February, if that ain't too shabby, and then the rest, or the next video, we'll do trade deadline, all that jazz. So Philip Zadina, 12 minutes. Let's persuade. Come on. I'm going to disagree. You know your job on this team. You signed a contract with this team. You're definitely not one of our best guys. You're not first in line anymore, Zadina. Maybe 10 years ago you would have been, but not right now. Vegas, we're going to get Roswell back in the lineup. I feel like he's always the one getting injured in the AHL. Or am I crazy? Now I want to take a look at Menino. Wow! Okay! Wow, his puck skills are fantastic. His offensive awareness, not great. But maybe we got a young stud here in the AHL coming up soon. Makinen, not too shabby. Not too shabby. We beat the Vegas Golden Knights 6-3. Arizona, come on, 8-1 victory to end off the month. We finish 10-2-1. That is a pretty good month. Pierre-Luc Dubois leads the team in points, 19 in 13 games. That's pretty good. But how are the other guys doing? Joshua Waugh ain't too far behind. Savoie with 15. Woodworth with 13. 5 goals, 8 assists. Giroux. Fallon ain't doing too bad. Zadina not doing... With his amount of ice time, that's not bad at all. Malino. Sonny Milano with 7 points. Not too bad either. The rookie in Zach Piton, 4th line center, is not doing too bad. He's a +6. Which is huge if you think about it. For a young guy coming into the league as a rookie, right? This guy's a rookie. So think about that. You rarely ever see that where a young two-way forward comes in the league and is like, I'm going to be a plus guy. And he's putting up half a point per game, which is awesome. Go Ring. Big Texas. Now, that is not great, Big Texas. He's a 3rd line checking forward. I mean... I don't want to say I want to upgrade on him, but if we're winning games, I'm okay with him staying here. Obviously, I want him to retire as a Columbus Blue Jacket, and I think Zach Piton is the next guy, is the next 3rd line center. He'll never be higher than that, maybe. Maybe with cap crunch, you never know, but this guy is going to be good. Kachuk with 3. So our depth ain't doing too great. The standout is obviously Piton. Defensively wise, how is everybody doing? McAvoy with 13 points in 13 games is fantastic. +14. Stu Cam with 8. Jarvinen with 5. Calfoot with 4. Orpik with 4. And then you have the rookie in Abel Carlos with 3 points, 2 goals. Not bad. You don't ask for a lot of points from your defenseman, but he's a +9. He is definitely not a liability on this team. Goaltenders. Oh, Jesus. I don't expect to see that all season, but they are definitely in a dogfight right now. They definitely are. CC, 88 overall, 87 overall. Kavanagh, the 88. I mean... If I were doing an offline franchise mode with this kind of situation, I would personally go with the younger guy just because you have a better chance for him to, if they're at the same overall, you have a better chance for him to turn out better overall-wise. But we've won 2 cups with Kavanagh. 9-21, 10-0, and 0. That's pretty good. I can't be too upset with that. Now, who leads the league in points? It's probably Connor McDavid or Shane Wright or something like that. I just want to see Who leads the league? Alexander Newhook, 23 points in 12 games. Hot diggity damn. And look, I see right there, Carolina's rookie, 24 years of age. How does that even count as a rookie? My God. Goals. Who leads in goals? Would be Jack Eichel, 13 in 12 games. Oh, wow. Hey, didn't we trade you away? Oh, man. That sucks. I mean, I don't know why he has so many goals. 11 goals in 13 games. Oh, my God. You know what? We won a cup. We beat you. I don't care. Good. I'm pretty sure Kavanaugh would be one of the best goaltenders in the league right now. But let's get CC some wins. Let's keep it going, Kavanaugh. I'm expecting big things from you. Here we go. Let's sim a week. Nice little chill week. We're going to the West. We're playing Calgary. We're playing LA. Our season series against them. We beat Calgary 2/3 for McCollum. No, thank you. I got to save my cap room just in case I want to make a move for another superstar 3-2 shootout victory. LA Kings and a 3-2 regulation win. We are 13-2-1. Now let's go ahead and finish the month. Let's finish the month. Let's get it over with. Hopefully we continue on the same pace we're at. St. Louis, Mackinnon. Why would I do that trade? Dallas, get the hell out of here. I don't want to talk to you ever again. You hear me? St. Louis, we lose 6-3. That better not have been Kavanaugh. Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-3 victory. Come on, Pittsburgh. Blow them out. Blow them out. Do it. 4-0 shutout. I'll take it. Detroit, the dumpster fire. Wow, are they still a dumpster fire? Oh, my God. Will they ever be good? Will they ever be good? Let's go with this guy. Good. That works for me. Detroit, come on. 4-1 victory. You beat the dumpster fire in the Detroit Red Wings. And we lead our division, I'm pretty sure. Ottawa Senators, 7-5 loss. That's not good. Carolina Hurricanes, 7-2 victory. Okay. Okay. Giroux has been hurt until the 11th. Okay, that's a bit, okay. So let's go ahead, evasive maneuvers. How's Baton doing? 11 points, 23 games? That ain't too shabby. He's a plus 12. That's pretty freaking good. Let's go with Zadina here. Goring here. And then let's throw Anderson in, give him some time to produce. Leonov Giroux, that sucks to see that. He was 18 points, 23 games. He was having pretty damn good season. But let's just continue simulating here. It's for a bit, but I think we'll be okay without him for now. Just have a little rest, enjoy yourself, enjoy Columbus, wherever you are. I mean, just enjoy yourself. I forgot the, Peach Bellini. Peach Bellini. Giroux, why do you want to talk? You're hurt. You're playing 15 minutes a night. Okay? What? I don't care. You're hurt. You're hurt. Do your job. Go enjoy yourself. God. Go drink. God dang it. Buffalo, 7-2 victory. Hell freaking yeah. Do we end the month off well against the New Jersey Devils? And we do. 4-3 victory. And we finish November 24-1. Matthew Sauvault leads this team in points. 35 points in 25 games played. Why ain't too far behind him? Dubois doing the same thing, and Woodworth. My God, this team is so good. I've built such a good team. Okay, I mean, yeah, everybody's doing their job. Fallon with 24 is also pretty good. Giroux was hurt. 18 and 23 ain't too bad. Zadini not too bad either. Piton, this guy just keeps impressing me. I knew when I traded for him that he was going to be something on this team. It works out well. Our top six is all offense. Our bottom six, decent offense, but with young guys like this, a two-way forward works out perfectly. Scheme fit, the whole 9 yards. Man, he's having a good season. 12 and 25 ain't bad. Milano, not too shabby. Big Texas with 8. Now, he could be a lot better. Man, remember when he was like an 88 overall? He used to have some pretty damn good seasons. But I don't think he'll ever be the same again. I just think age is catching up with him. Matt Goring, Kachuk, Anderson, 1 point in 2 games. Ain't too bad. Defensively wise. McAvoy with 22. Hell yes. Stu Cam with 17 plus 23. Hell yes. Or pick 8. Jarvinen 7. So I don't know if he's on pace to beat last year. Not really, but he's having a good season nonetheless. Cal Foot. Carlos ain't doing too bad either. Goaltending. Are you serious, Kavanaugh? Oh my god. 19 games, 19 wins? What? Are you serious? What? 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 You know what? I think I should leave it off on that. Okay? In the next episode, we'll head to the trade deadline, maybe make a few massive moves for some superstar depth. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.